Andrew Jones, go ahead for Caleb Love.
Caleb, I'm going to ask you one of the same things I asked Armando. Was they had a lot of success right after the switches that you guys had, led to a lot of open threes, and Armando said they had a lot of success driving immediately and then kicking out. What was it that made it difficult for you guys to deal with that all night long?
I just feel like we were just helping too much on those drives, because this team just likes to shoot threes, and they weren't really beating us on drives and getting to the cup or down low in the post. They were just beating us on those wide open threes and us over helping. And I just think that we were, like I said, over helping and trying to help too much on the drive instead of guarding the three, which this is a 3-point shooting team.
Armando just said that he's embarrassed about this loss, that, you guys thought maybe you'd made some progress from what happened in Connecticut and Vegas. How would you characterize how you feel about this loss and the way you guys played?
Nah, for sure. I agree with him. This is a bad loss on our part, and we take full responsibility. And going forward, we just can't let it happen again. We keep saying we can't let it happen again, but we have to change. And if we want to get to that Final Four run and national championship run that we've been hoping for and practicing and preparing for, then we have to change, and that's just what it's going to have to be.
Thank you.
Greg Barnes, Inside Carolina. Go ahead.
Hey, Caleb. You kind of got going there in the second half. What turned for you? What were you able to do a little bit differently to get some momentum?
I was dry in the first half. No energy. Not giving my team my all, and I just had to turn it up for us to get a chance. And I just tried to be that spark. As soon as the whistle was going, the second half, and I just tried to give us a spark, and unfortunately we came out with a L.
And with some of the plays there late, just offensively, I think you guys failed to convert 6 of the last 8 possessions. Kind of what was some of the issues trying to get something to fall for you guys?
I just feel like we were rushing too much. We were down 2, and I took a bad shot. That's just. And me being in those situations kind of for the first time, I'll get better as I watch film and be in those situations going forward. I learn to take better shots and make better reads. So that's just me growing on my part. And like I said, I take full responsibility because I didn't give my team that same energy I had in the second half, the first half.
Thanks, Caleb.
CL?
Caleb, when you guys were able to regain the lead, was there any kind of sense that, since you came back from 13, that maybe you guys eased up a little bit, like you fought so hard to get back there? Once you got that lead, do you feel like, maybe you guys didn't keep your foot on the pedal?
No, I don't think it wasn't that. I just think we just made those silly mistakes, like leaving Leshevsky open on that wide open 3 he had, we gave up too many wide open threes. That's just what it was the whole game. We knew coming in that this was a 3-point shooting team, and we didn't stick to our game plan, and they just laced us up from 3, and that's what it was. And when we watch film, we'll see that and we'll learn from it.
Okay, last 2, Brendan Marks and then Gregory Hall. Go ahead, Brendan.
Hey, Caleb. Yeah, you mentioned that you didn't quite bring the intensity in the first half that you did in the second. Is there anything that you can point to, whether it's for yourself or collectively as a team, as to why there have been some of those struggles with inconsistency energy-wise?
I just feel like we got to come into every game with a chip on our shoulder and just trying to prove ourselves, because we haven't done anything. We 10-4, so we haven't done anything, and we're not ranked or not one of the top teams in the country yet. So I just think we came out slow. It wasn't really a big crowd, so usually we like to feed off the crowd, but it wasn't really a big crowd. So we can't just depend on the crowd or depend on the energy. We got to create our own energy, and as going forward, like I said before, we just got to come in with a chip on our shoulder.
Thank you.
Okay, Gregory, last one.
Caleb, following up on that, as far as the opponent, is it taking them for granted? Is it them doing something differently? Because Tennessee game, Kentucky game, this game, obviously this game ended up being closer because the 10-minute stretch where you guys outscored them by 14. But is it something Notre Dame did at the beginning? You mentioned their game plan. Were you not ready for it? Did you just take it for granted and think they weren't going to make as many shots? Just can you speak to that at all?
I mean, we're not really used to switching everything. That was the game plan. We switched everything, and we're not really used to that. But there's no excuse because switching everything doesn't require any skill. It's just that we gave up too many threes. That's just what it was. Too many open threes, and I think coming into the game we kind of took them lightly. I don't want to say we knew we were going to come in and win, but I feel like we did take them lightly just because of their record. And but they did beat Kentucky. Just like I said, going forward, we're going to come in, play with a chip on our shoulder from the start to finish. And coming in, we got to start proving ourselves and coming in every game to dominate.
Thank you, Caleb.